Hello, hello, everyone. Welcome in, welcome in. Welcome to Tuesday, August 9th of 2022. And welcome to The Sip. Hi, guys. Happy Tuesday to you. I hope you guys are doing well. As you can see, there's a lot of aspects going on. There's a lot of tension in the sky, in the cosmos right now. Lots of pressure, lots of heavy, dense energies, thoughts, feelings, emotions. This may be translating into physical circumstances in your life, or may be a direct result of certain circumstances in your life, physical certain circumstances in your life. So, okay. Doesn't make that any less of a challenge to face. We'll go ahead and say there really isn't anything we are not capable of facing head on. There is not anything we are not capable of overcoming. I'll definitely say that. But it's the actual art of, it is an art. To be honest, it very much is an art, but the feat, the physical process, the moment of doing that, becoming that, the overcoming is what I'm referring to. That's the real act, isn't it? Because it's really not about the fact that you will overcome something or that you can overcome something. It's the moment of doing it that is the most important. This is something I'm kind of needing to remind myself of at this time, consciously, frequently. And so also this is now coming through. I'm relating to it. So, okay, there it is. We're all kind of sharing in this personal struggle right now. Okay. All right. We are here together though. We are here together, and I'm grateful for that. And I welcome you all in. It is wonderful to see you. I hope you guys are doing well today. Diamond Frost, Mel, Shanika, Sheila, Divine Balance, Universal Passage, Micah, and Archangel, amongst others. Hello, everyone. Welcome. So we were looking at the chart earlier. I did have that up on the screen. Let's put that back up there now and look at it. So the sun is in Leo, but it is also opposing retrograde Saturn. Are you experiencing blockages, perceived or seeming blockages, restrictions in your reality? Some of you may be confronted face to face with something that is fairly triggering. If not today, then around this time. I guess I'm going to say whenever you watch this reading, regardless as to whether it's on the 9th of August or not. But you may actually be or are being or have been confronted with a trigger that seems very specific. I heard myself, I want to say ironically specific, or unironically maybe. Okay. I'm hearing it blindsides you, or it's blindsiding you. It's literally seemingly coming out of nowhere. However, it is, I just heard deeply rooted, maybe just deeply attached, however you want to say it, to this central topic that is being triggered. Something you haven't been triggered by in a long time. Someone did mention yesterday that they have been experiencing grief over a situation that they had seemingly overcome. And that's what prompted me to quickly say cycles. We heal through things in cycles. Yes, we do. We heal through things in cycles. Okay. Yes, we heal through things in cycles. But really, I'm seeing that in the opposition between the Sun and Saturn, because the Sun is at the very beginning of Leo, and Leo is very expressive. This is kind of the first thing I think of when I see the Sun opposing Saturn. And not only opposing Saturn, but opposing retrograde Saturn. This triggers this triggers something within my inner child, which makes perfect sense. Number one, aside from the fact that, yes, I'm a very strong Leo, okay? But number two, or at least I'm very strongly connected to Leo energy. But number two, it's in this constellation of Leo. The Sun is in the constellation of Leo, okay? So when I just look at the energy, I think of the inner child, or I think of someone who is very fragile in their sense of expression, or is very new to expressing themselves, over whether that be overall or maybe just in a specific way. And in some cases, this can lead to like stage fright, or the opposite of like overdoing it, like over forcing the situation, going too hard, or like something like that. And sure, okay, you learn how to come to the middle, but that's the dynamic that I feel. And again, keeping with how I like to describe moving through the planets, moving through the constellations as maturing through the constellations. Think of, especially since Leo represents the inner child, it is the ruler of the 5th house, which can be seen as the house of the inner child in some cases. This is very early in that. This is literally the child, the beginning of Leo. But then it's opposing Saturn. And the whole parent-child dynamic is a very tricky one, right? Many of us in this 3D world have experienced parent-child dynamics that were not the easiest, we'll say. Okay. And there's this like over forcefulness or over stamping down of control and restriction and meeting social demands. I'm hearing meeting societal demands, whether that be in your micro society in terms of like your family and maybe your neighborhood, or your macro society in terms of like your neighborhood, your state, or your city, your state, whatever, your country, whatever. Meeting all of those demands, kind of a lot of the ways that adults work to break children or break the imagination of a child, or get a child to grow up too quickly, or don't allow, because and not to say that these are bad people, it's just that's what they grew up as, that's what they learned as they became adults. This is a vicious cycle. But that's the feeling that I get, and just in the dynamic of the Sun and Saturn, the Sun at least being in Leo, and the Saturn. Oh, by the way, Leo rules the Sun, or I'm sorry, the Sun rules Leo. So the Sun is in its home sign here. That accentuates this Leo energy, this expression, self-expression. That's really what I feel here. Self-expressive energy that is being triggered in some way right now with this opposition to Saturn. It's like this over-controlling, retrograde Saturn, by the way, over-controlling, overly dominant, overly selfish. You can think of retrograde Saturn as maybe the Emperor in reverse in the Tarot, someone who is very my way or the highway, and not to say that this person's way is really all that good. It's really just what they want and what's going to please them, and that's not necessarily what's best for everyone else, right? Okay, we get that dynamic. So there's already a feeling of extreme restriction. These two energies of the Sun being at 2 degrees of Leo as of noon on August 9th, 2022, opposing retrograde Saturn, is like this face-off between the rebel of the Sun in Leo and the what was the word? Disciplinarian of Saturn in Capricorn. The sign of the devil. In the Tarot, at least. Capricorn is represented by the devil. The devil represents contracts, restrictions. The main word I get there is restriction. Okay, ego, I'm hearing. an affront to your ego. This may seem like an affront to your ego. Your ego may be really triggered with this. However, that comes up because, you know, the sun, Leo, is associated with the ego in many ways. So, okay. But then as I'm hearing this ego triggering, my question here is this one of those moments where the ego is really actually working to protect you? Because I feel this confrontation, and I don't feel like this confrontation is going very well for the Saturnian forces here. Is literally what I just heard. I did, to be honest with you, that I heard it that way because that's the way this energy is translating for me. That's what it feels like. It feels this no, because now, okay, I mean, I am hearing an overly rebellious nature. But that's what whatever this Saturnian energy is representing in your life, I think that's what they're trying to clamp down on. But I think why this might be backfiring for this Saturnian force is that the more they try to clamp down on this rebellious energy in an effort to stamp out or restrict that rebellion, the stronger the rebellious energy gets. You see what I mean? So, because when I look at the sun in this position, I see someone I'm seeing a figure that is, yes, very much in this new sense of self-expression. Okay, early Leo, 2 degrees of Leo as of this moment. It's going to continue, but okay. And I'm seeing them, a very well grown into, very mature being. I am seeing a masculine energy, but I'm seeing it as a masculine energy because this is expressive. This is projective, okay? We're not talking a man or a woman here. This is just how the energy is translating in my intuition. But it's a masculine energy because it's active. It's an active energy. There's action going to be taken from here. And that action is like I'm hearing welling up inside of you. I'm seeing this person hunched over, like fresh out of the birthing canal. Literally, it looks like this person has just been given birth to, but they're a full-grown man in like their 30s, maybe 40s, in that type of shape. You know what I mean? I'm seeing like that well sculpted physique of masculinity with all the muscles and everything like that. But it's only to indicate strength. This is not a stereotype. Okay, this is just to indicate strength. And there's also a lot of compassion coming from this individual. This individual has just been given birth to and has been birthed into this really restrictive, overly dogmatic environment. Okay? And this person looks like they've gone through hell through this birthing process because they have come out of this and they're like slumped over, trying to catch their breath and trying to orient themselves and feeling and hearing all of this restriction and dogma being shouted at them from all sides and just kind of looking up. I kid you not, like still like dripping with birthing fluid, like with birth fluid, because this individual has just been given birth to, and looking up and just saying, "You have got to be kidding me." But it's from this place that this warrior now grows and starts to make a name for itself. And you know what's so ironic about this? No, it's not ironic. What am I talking about? It's funny. The sun just came out of Cancer. And that's literally where I saw the sun. I just remembered this, actually. Remember when I was talking about the sun going from Gemini to Cancer and how it was entering into like this safe space? It literally felt like you were in a womb. You were like literally in a womb, surrounded by embryonic fluid and all the nutrient stuff and I was seeing like literally an egg, and I was talking about StarCraft and the Zerg, and yeah, I remember all that. Literally, we were just boop, popped out of that birthing chamber, dripping with embryonic fluid. Like, I'm sorry, guys. I have not been keeping up with the chat. Hi, Queen Bee. Sorry. But yeah, That's what this feels like right now. And you know, I'm sorry. I really want to be careful. Well, yes, I really want to be careful what I say right now, because I feel like my words, how I describe this personally, is very important, and I don't want to okay. I'm trying to give more perspective of this energy, but literally, I just heard embryonic fluid again. We're covered in it, and we're facing the situation head on. Mercury is also in Leo. It's very interesting. I feel like there's a level of empowerment. Mercury is going to be, oh, I see. Okay, Mercury is going to be trining with Pluto retrograde soon. When I looked at Mercury in Leo right now, which is, I'm sure you guys can see it, but let me see, which is right here. First thing I thought was this could actually be empowering your energies, or those dark forces that are working against you, mainly in the form of trying to sabotage your belief system, brainwash you, get into your thoughts, and create nihilistic feelings and sentiment within you to help create some sort of momentum to ultimately derail you, right? I immediately looked at Mercury and Leo and was like, be careful, this could be empowering your enemies. And I was like, why is that happening? And I looked down, it's not making any aspects with Pluto, which would be the first thing I would think of, because that's where I was feeling this nihilistic energy coming from retrograde Pluto. Remember, we were talking about that while the Sun and Pluto were opposing each other, right? Okay. But actually, Mercury is about to make a trine with Pluto very soon. So now I'm seeing that as potential spiritual warfare material, I'm hearing. So just look out for that. I don't know exactly when that's going to happen, but look out for that. Hi, Stephanie. So, with all of that said, I think I hope this is making sense for us at this time. Thank you for tuning in. Happy Tuesday to you. Actually, because I want to actually get into cards, but before I do that, also the other thing that I saw that I wanted to talk about, Mars is officially in Taurus now. Mars is, as of noon, which was 12:22. About 22 minutes ago, Mars was at 0 degrees. It's probably still at 0 degrees right now, but just to say, he's progressing. But anyway, 0 degrees of Taurus. And to be honest with you, when I first looked at that this morning, what I felt for it was going from being in his home sign of Aries, which was so freeing for him. Liberation, especially while being there with Uranus, which was like really shaking shit up and really expanding things for Mars's potential for action, and being able to do things and almost being able to accomplish anything, really. Now it's like at 0 degrees of Taurus, Mars just got a real serious reality check. Now that can be equated to the birthing analogy that I came up with, that I picked up on and came up with really as a translation earlier, because I just saw it, okay, so Mars was in Aries, his home sign of Aries, anything was possible. Now he's in Taurus, which is way more grounded, very physical, okay, and he was literally brought down to earth, bam. And that's also the moment that I saw this individual, this energy being birthed out into this new world and plopped down right in the thick of it, plopped down right into the reality of it. You know what I mean? Being brought right down to earth. It's very interesting. Oh, excellent, Stephanie. I'm glad. So, okay. Yeah. But what I did just hear is Mars is bringing practical elements of the situation to the surface, and I want to say online, while being in Taurus. Okay. All right, that's cool. You may have to make some adjustments to your process, but that's to be expected. TBQH. So don't worry about that. The practical aspects are necessary. Okay. One last shuffle here. So for today, for these energies, especially for this energy of the Sun opposing Saturn, for the next few days, to be honest. Sun opposing Saturn. Before I do that, though, since I do have a bit of direction here, yeah. I don't know how, oh geez. Uh-huh. Oh. There we go. That was way harder than it needed to be, but it's okay. Yes. All right. I had to pause for a second because I wanted to title the reading now that I understand fully where we're going with this message. Bam. Okay. So, first two cards we have. Okay. All right. Okay. Wow. Whoa. Okay. Knight of Swords and the Ace of Pentacles reversed. The first thing I hear with this energy is, what am I fighting for? What am I fighting? I'm hearing, what am I fighting against this for? And I think fighting against is referring to actually fighting against stopping or dropping the pursuit of something. So far, at the bottom of the deck, overall energy is the Six of Wands. With the Six of Wands, I feel... I want to say keeping up appearance, continuing to champion for something that I'm hearing is not a cause for good, but insert good for your, or replace good with whatever your belief in pursuing something was for. However you believed in something, why you believed in pursuing something, or why you whatever your belief was in this situation, replace good. Okay, so it's no longer for good, for your highest good, for the good of the collective, for the good of all, something. Okay. Okay. Quite literally, some of you have a relationship that defies institutional mandates. For others of you, this relationship that is being referred to is actually your relationship with yourself versus your relationship with society, institutional standards, what has always been some sort of acceptable standard for yourself that deems you able to be accepted or deemed acceptable to society, to surrounding collective, 10th house energies, you know what I mean? How your community or how the outside world perceives of you. You have had, or you are having to choose between this relationship you have with another person that defies institutional restrictions, or this relationship with yourself. Meaning choosing what you desire, choosing to honor who you really are in whatever way, instead of continuing to choose society or the institution or what has always been or always stood for you. The Hierophant here could even represent who you have grown yourself to know of yourself. The person you have always known yourself to be and have subsequently grown into ever since you were a child. Maybe that's changing. Maybe you're having to choose between that perception of yourself versus something that is much truer, much more real. In essence, or in other words, you are then honoring the relationship you have with yourself, Two of Cups, versus this institutionalized or crafted or molded or shaped entity. This is very much the person that was asked who or what they wanted to be when they were a child. That's this Hierophant energy. Something has recently happened. Okay, I'm sorry, you have this choice. So here's the choice here, the two of Wands and then the Six of Wands. Championing for something that you no longer ascribe to. Knight of Swords in reverse, Ace of Pentacles reversed. Okay? Because some sort of awareness came to your attention. Some bright, shining opportunity. And maybe this is just the opportunity of certain life circumstances that have pushed and poked and prodded you in a very specific direction that has led you to want to give up. Maybe your feelings of wanting to give up and your depression around whatever it is you're depressed or whatever, feeling like you want to give up on or whatever, maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's for a very real reason. You know, that question hit me yesterday and I didn't know how to answer it. It got away from me very quickly because it took me off. It shocked me. It was maybe the depression is a good thing. I vaguely, quite quickly remembered things someone had said about how depression is actually a sign of something. Doesn't mean there's anything wrong with you. It's almost like the depression is a form of protection because it keeps you from wanting, it keeps you from wanting to interact with that which is bringing you pain or hurting you, harming you in some way. Maybe you're not wanting to give up because you failed in any way. Maybe you're wanting to give up because you're realizing that this doesn't actually resonate with you the same way anymore. Something happened. The Sun was at the bottom of the deck. No, actually, all of this was at the bottom of the deck. That's right. It started with the Six. But then underneath the Sun was the Page of Wands to the Six of Cups now, which is, oh my gosh, to the High Priestess. Wow. Which is confirming these cosmic circumstances, the High Priestess, all of the things you have absolutely no control over from the past that you are now subsequently transforming from because of your experience with it. Page of Wands. This was all the universe's way of getting you to injustice injustice, Page of Pentacles to Justice, get you to start over somehow. Page of Pentacles to get you to start over somehow. Shit. And then look, there's the Emperor, but the Four of Cups. So what I'm seeing with this Sun opposition with Saturn, who is retrograde right now, who feels like a power or an entity. Hey, spiritual baddie, what's up, boo? Great to see you. Welcome in. I'm seeing why. Now, remember how I was saying this doesn't feel like it's going to end well for these overly restrictive energies. It feels like there are energies that are wildly overstepping their boundaries and overstepping wildly, trying to power grab. And that's only going to work in the, we'll call them hero's favor, because it's going to push that hero to want to not join or work with the controlling force. Yep. Depression is ruled by Saturn. Devaluing self, others, and the gifts around you, you believe causes us to stray from alignment. Yes, thus creating depression. Yeah, that's good. Depression can be thought of as a catalyst to change of some. Exactly. But look, this is what the Sun opposition with Saturn retrograde is only creating right now. I'm hearing deceit. It's causing our hero, we'll say, to not want to be involved. Four of Cups. I want nothing to do with that. That's not for me. I'm going to stand my ground. It's not me. Why? Because you're an emperor of your own. And instead, you're going to follow your heart. Knight of Cups to the Nine of Cups. Yep. Okay. But I do feel like in all of that, finding out what your heart wants is a little tricky right now because it's underneath all the chatter. Does feel like there's a lot of chatter going on. Yes. You know, with that said, yeah, you have the Five of Wands here at the bottom of the deck, continuing at the bottom of the deck. But underneath that is your navigation system. The Queen of Wands and the Queen of Cups. That's spirit and intuition. And then your physical self, King of Pentacles. There you go. That's a complete body right there. You are the master of your own domain, King of Pentacles. You call the shots. It is absolutely your choice. Do what you feel is right. But then that means use your navigational system. Queen of Wands, Queen of Cups. Your spirit and your intuition. Your emotional intelligence. That'll lead you to your 10 of Cups. Yeah. Yeah. 6 months ago, the Sun and Saturn were conjunct. It's interesting to be at this turning point. All that time in all astro systems, the Sun was ruled by Saturn and thus beholden to that Saturn. Yep, we are breaking free. And this definitely is taking me back to when the Sun I mean, all this energy, all this energy of Aries, with Uranus being in Aries, Mars just left Aries. All of the changes in the individual self that have been a subsequent result of that time period. It's all created this new self that seems to have just been birthed and is now actively breaking free from the oppressor, the beholder. Breaking free is what you've been expecting impatiently. All right, Moon in Aries. Whoop, whoop. Gotta love my Aries energy. But you know, I don't blame you, Stephanie, for that sense of impatience, because I will say, you know, being a human being myself, it is pretty difficult to be patient right now. I mean, that is really a strength challenge, an endurance challenge. And I guess what you like, what helps is that we don't have much of a choice outside of, you know what I mean? Like we don't have much of a choice but to be patient. Yeah. 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 Yes. Yes, I will co-sign on that one as well. Two cards came out. It's the Four of Wands and the Three of Swords. Rock solidness, rock solid nature, rock solid stature has come from all this pain and heartbreak. And I really feel like Spirit is trying to really reassure us right now that, okay, karma is being repaid in kind. Karma will be paid in kind. Everything is balanced out. Everything is working out for the positive, for the best. A Page of Pentacles, 10 of Cups. There is a new start coming to you that is bringing you happiness, health, and awareness. But you're just wrapped up in fear right now. Okay, I don't want to go that way. Fuck. No. Okay, look, if there's more messages, then instead of making me read the whole deck, please, Spirit, I'll pull some cards then. Okay. It's usually super patient, but it's been a while since things have really moved in ascension to what to do next. Lots of confusion. Yep, like a mountain moving when it's told to go. We have taken all of our power back. Yep. Oh, thank you so much, Luman, and it's great to see you here. Welcome in. Very, very happy to have you here. One more shuffle. All right. Anything else you want to say, Spirit? Wow, you guys. Yeah, there are a lot of, I was wondering if you guys could hear the roosters. There's a lot of them, and like just now, they just started like being extra loud. Anyway, yeah, the roosters are a thing around here. So a lot of what I feel like is literally happening for us with this opposition between the Sun and Saturn is us breaking out of old ways of expression, old ways that we were taught to express, old things that we were taught to be passionate about, old belief systems, indoctrinated belief systems, just changing who you are in relation to the outside world, for many of us, is how you can describe it. And what the cards are saying here is we have the Six of Cups, which represents your past, the Seven of Swords, which represents an illusion or deception or trickery or being stolen from or something like that, and then the Ace of Swords, which represents truth, knowledge, and awareness. You are literally aware, or are becoming aware, of how your past may have been a lie. I heard false applications, false structure, false way of doing things, false forms of expression, goals, passion. But was it really a lie? Or is it just that you're no longer that person? And you're no longer going to be that person? That's more like it. Because this whole thing of like trying to say it was a lie is way too triggering and unnecessary, really. It doesn't have to go that way. There's no need for that. Okay, it doesn't have to go there. Just recognize that this is not you anymore. Ace of Wands is the overall energy at the bottom of the deck. There is either you have some new form of inspiration, or it's about to come to you if it hasn't done so already. Ace of Wands, please. Okay, but first, Eight of Cups to the Page of Swords. You have to walk away to find it, or you're going to have to walk away to find it. Ace of Wands. Anything else? Ace of Wands. Shit. Yo, holy damn. Oh, yo, these cards just whoever this is, these cards just called you out. Just called us out, yo. The next two cards to come out, the last two cards to come out to clarify this Ace of Wands energy for you, are the King of Pentacles and the Hierophant. However, the King of Pentacles represents you, remember? Your spirit and your intuition or emotional intelligence working together with your physical being, the King of Pentacles. That's you. But that's you standing up. I'm hearing against the Hierophant, but it doesn't have to be that you're actively trying to oppose the Hierophant. You are just standing in opposition because you are unique. You are no longer, first of all, there may be a little bit of resentment because you're no longer a part of that group, that institution, that society, that structure, whatever the Hierophant represents. There's that. But also, you represent something that they do not represent. So from their point of view, which seems to be fairly competitive, you are against them by default. Automatically. What do you, how can you, what do you mean? Well, it's written, that's the law. Those are the rules. I don't make the rules. Whoa. Oh my goodness. You guys, we've been raided. Hey, everybody. Well, see, that's interesting because y'all came in at a really interesting time. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the SIP. Welcome to Mystic Unicorn TV. So if you guys don't know what I'm talking about, I'm streaming on YouTube and here on Twitch. And if you're on YouTube and don't know what I'm talking about, we just got raided by whom? I'm sorry. I missed it. Curio Wizard. Hey there. Thank you for the raid. Hi, everybody. Welcome in. You came in at a very interesting time because I just channeled a doozy of a message, but literally, you guys, I was literally in the middle of a reading. But you have the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is standing against the institutionalized energies of the Hierophant. Okay? So, in order to honor this Ace of Wands, this new inspiration, because you know the past is not you anymore. 6 of Cups, 7 of Swords, Ace of Swords, right? You know this isn't you anymore. So it's time to express who you really are. It's time to figure out who you really are. And if you don't know what this new direction is, you can't feel, or you're not in tune with this inspiration yet, well, you're going to have to walk away from something to find it. 8 of Cups, Page of Swords. That's quite literal. You're going to have to walk away from something to find it. And you're going to have to stand up in the face of the opposition. King of Pentacles, Hierophant. Overall energy at the bottom of the deck is the 6 of Swords to the 10 of Wands. Y'all, you are literally moving away from the burden of carrying who you no longer are. Maybe in some cases who you never were. But you know what? That's besides the point, because honestly, it's in the past. So who the fuck cares whether that was ever you or not? It doesn't matter. You're not doing it anymore. That's the point. That's what matters. Okay? 6 of Swords, 10 of Wands. Just stop. First and foremost, just stop carrying the burden. How about that? How about we just start there? Just stop carrying the burden. Hierophant is literally both of your parents. You're butting heads like crazy. You refuse to tolerate their gaslighting and minimizing of your experiences. And you know what's so crazy, you woman, I've been seeing that by proxy for myself. And that's been coming through in the sense of my inner child working through level energies like that. Very specifically, what I've been going through lately has been reconciling ways that I was made to be discouraged for some of the natural talents that I had, some of the natural ways and creative ways that I wanted to express myself. Reconciling that energetically with my inner child, reliving those experiences or the feelings that were generated from those experiences. And definitely trying to figure out why it's coming up now, but really trying to reparent myself or heal myself through it in a new way at this time. That's very much, very, very much a representation of retrograde Saturn. So relatable. So relatable. Good Lord. Okay. But you're... This is a very interesting feeling, you guys. Because on one end, this feeling feels like you don't want to do anything anymore. But on the other hand, there is a determination to live, or a determination to be, or a determination to do something. But I guess in some cases, some of this Hierophant energy may look at you and say, oh, don't reinvent the wheel. Because it kind of feels like that's kind of what you're doing. You're bringing something so unique to the table that it can only be born of or from you. Okay. If that's the case, if that's the tip you're on right now, then I encourage you to stay in that space and just follow that feeling for as long as you can. Because ultimately it's going to lead you to the expression of whatever is new. And really don't worry about the fact that you don't really know what it is yet. You feel it coming, right? And if the answer is yes, then just press on, keep going. Because you're going in the right direction, okay? Oh, on YouTube, go to Divine Conversations on YouTube. Yeah. Check us out over there. I've got a lot of videos about astrology and tarot and all videos for like all the signs and everything. So check us out. Divine Conversations on YouTube. Actually, here, let me do this. I'll put it in the chat. How about I just put it in the chat? Yeah, let's do that. There you go. Oh, excellent. Dots connected. I like that. That really, really makes sense and is beautiful. Excellent, you guys. Okay. I think we're ready for some closing messages. Yeah. All right, we're going to go with the crystal mandala. Alrighty. So everyone that joined in from the raid, I'm hoping you're having a good time. Come check us out Monday through Friday, the SIP from 12 p.m. Eastern to 1 p.m. Eastern. We look at the daily true sidereal astrology, and then we also pull cards for the energies for the day. So come join us and join the family, and follow me on YouTube. Subscribe on YouTube. The link to my channel, or at least to this live stream over on YouTube right now, is in the chat if you're watching this live. After, I feel like I may not have completely finished putting all my relevant information, but I'll do that. But check us out, yeah? Lots of cool stuff, lots of tarot astrology. We talk about ascension, and we do true sidereal astrology. And if you've never heard of that, I highly recommend that you check it out and explore it with us. If you've never seen your natal chart or your birth chart from the true sidereal system, then I encourage you to ask me about it, and I can get you all hooked up there, yeah? All right, but we have some oracle cards for the collective for today. We have 2. Yes, indeed. Wow, this is so incredibly perfect. So, we have, first card we have is card number 29, Ascended Master Kuan Yin and Pearl, Divine Rebel. Look at that. And that's exactly what we were talking about with the sun opposing opposing retrograde Saturn right now, being that rebellious energy. Hey, Dragoness, welcome in. It's good to see you. Okay, being that rebellious energy. Okay, Divine Rebel. And then you also have card number 51, Goddess Isis and Isis Crystal. She shall always prevail. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Okay. So, card number 29. Dragoness, thank you so much for that beautiful donation. It's so wonderful to see you. Okay. 29. Divine Rebel. We bring you the blessing of the Divine Rebel. Divine Rebels shake things up, create a divine disturbance, and refuse to play by the rules. They do this because they love divine love. They know nothing is as powerful as the unconditional love of the divine. It will always have its way in the world, in the hearts of all living beings. It will not be tamed, controlled, restricted, or denied. If there is a rule that gets in the way of that love, then the Divine Rebel will find another way so that love can have its way. The Divine Rebel in you is not meant to do things the way others say you should. Some people may become frustrated with you because they won't know why you have to stand up and speak your truth. That's okay. Divine Rebels are not always understood, but they are respected by those who are ready to make love more important than fear and who are willing to contribute constructively towards healing the world. Ooh. I always love that card. Such a beautiful message. And then finally, we have card number 51. She shall always prevail. We bring you the empowerment of she shall always prevail. There is something magnificent in the human spirit when one chooses to believe in oneself. Life rallies to strengthen and encourage it. It is the expression of will to live, not from a place of fear of death, but of a brave, divinely defiant boldness that refuses to give up on what matters most. You can't make this stuff up, you guys. You have had your share of heartbreak and disappointment, and yet, rather than bitterness in your heart, you choose love. You have your moments of doubt and despair, and yet, deep in your heart, you choose to continue on. You have the spirit of Isis in you, and just like the universal mother expressing herself through Isis, you too shall prevail. Wow. Wow, 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 wow. That was pretty freaking awesome and spot on there, which is cool in both cards. Yes, that was excellent. Thank you all for being here. Thank you, thank you. It's so wonderful to meet all of our new Twitch friends and those of you that are here on YouTube as well. I love you guys so much. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you have a fantastic day. I'm gonna go spend the rest of the day in self-care because yes, it is a moment like that. We're all feeling it. Be easy with ourselves. Yes, have a wonderful rest of your day as well. Rolandigo. Oh, that's cute. Curio Wizard, wonderful to see you. Ivy, Archangel, Shanika, Jeannie. Oh, Jeannie, hello, love. You made it. I'm sorry, I was reading the cards when you came in, but it's good to see you. I'm glad you made it either way. I love you all so very much. And I'll see you tomorrow, yeah? Okay. And also, don't be too hard on yourselves, right? Right. Okay. Bye.